Right, welcome back to My Team Career Mode on F124. Now, we are off the back of a very disappointing home Grand Prix at Silverstone, finishing P18. And, well, when I got back to the HQ, the headquarters, it was time to renew Nico Hülkenberg's contract. And, well, long story short, I run out of money. I didn't have enough cash to renew his contract. I don't know why they do contracts on a half a season basis, not a full season. It's very interesting, but we'll just gloss over that. So of course, what that means is that Hülkenberg is no longer a part of the PG Tips Foot Creme F1 team, and of course that means I need a new driver. Now, I looked at drivers across the board, some that are currently in F1, some that are thriving, some that are underperforming. I looked at old retired wash drivers, I looked at, young F2 talents, and there was only one driver that I could get that was willing to join the team and I could afford. It is none other than Théo Pourchaire. My F1 manager driver is now my teammate on F124 in my team. I think that's a really good pickup. I think he'll at least be on par with how Hülkenberg did, meaning finishing 8 seconds behind P21, but at least we have a driver, and because he was slightly cheaper than Hülkenberg, it means we've got a bit of extra cash to spend on facility upgrades. Now, today we're going to the Hungaroring. Of course, quali, very important, because you can't really overtake here. So let's see how we get on with our brand new second driver, Mr. Théo Pourchaire. Boom. Rightio then, welcome to qualifying. I want to quickly just say if you could please like the video, because it really helps, and subscribe as well if you enjoy these videos. I'm trying to hit 1.5k by the end of the year. Got that out of the way quite quickly. Now, into qualifying, let's skip forward to about 11 minutes and see what kind of lap times we are seeing from the field. So fastest is going to be George Russell with a 1 minute 13.5. For some reason, not only in real life, but also in the game, Mercedes are really good around Hungary. Now, let's see how Théo Pourchaire is getting on as Leclerc goes and then beats the Mercedes, contradicting what I just said. Anyway, is he going to be last? Yes. Oh, Nelly. Okay, Théo Pourchaire is, well, there's no other way to describe it. He is 7.5 tenths away from Zhou Guanyu in P20. So, as always, our only target is to beat our teammate. That's all that matters. And it's going to be a 1 minute 15.7 is what I need to beat. So, yeah, let's go. That's really depressing to see. Right, I have no idea how this is going to go. It's been a very long time since I last... I'm not happy about that. I did that, what was it, on 2 days ago in my Senna career mode as well. I am really bad at opening up laps. Anyway, into turn 1, braking a little bit late. Now, of course, this is the first lap. The overall lap time doesn't matter too much since I, just do it to learn what I'm doing. Okay, so brake a lot earlier is the message I'm getting so far. Time to dump a lot of my ERS. I actually forgot to do that. Through Sector 1, I'm going to be only a 10th down. I don't think that's that bad considering how far off Théo was. That leads me to believe there might be a little bit of pace in this car, although Sector 2 is usually where it goes a bit wrong for Fat Crim. So, let's see. Here we go then, Sector 2 popping up, and yeah, honestly, didn't lose as much time as I thought. Only 3 tenths of a second. Not too bad. I reckon we could probably be half a second down on Stroll, which might just put me in about P20. Let's see, let's not bottle the final corner like I did on the start of the lap. Nope, that was a pretty good exit. Across the line, yeah, I mean, realistically, that's not too bad. I'm half a second off Stroll. I'm ahead of my teammate by, what, 4 tenths of a second. Yeah, You know what? As long as I beat Théo, I don't really care. That's fine. We know how bad the car is. We've established that. Right, so it actually turns out it's Sector 2 where I'm losing most of my time, which I sort of already knew, and I think I did say it on my first run. I'm actually 2 tenths slower than Théo Pourchaire through Sector 1. Sector 2, sorry. So that's what I need to focus on improving. Now, here we go. Final run. Let's make it a good one. I'm not expecting to get off the back row of the grid, but if I can just improve, that's all I really care about. I've definitely braked too late into turn 1 again, though. Really nice exit, though. Now, I need to remember, brake earlier. Earlier. There you go. It's still too late, though. Cringe. Bit of oversteer as well. On the curb, that was very scary and risky. Still found a lot of time, though. And I'm going to be a 10.5 up. Swing her through there like I am absolutely off my nuts. Go through here. Don't lose the rear. Nice one. Now let's focus on improving through this sector as I immediately outbrake myself and go wide. I don't know why I keep outbraking myself at every single corner. It is losing me like half a second. And after losing another like 10th or so in the final sector due to outbraking myself, we crossed the line. Nearly 4/10 improvement. I will honestly take that, and it is going to position us P21. That was almost guaranteed, I reckon. I feel like that was like, if you bet a quid on that, you would only get about £1.15 back. That's how, like, guaranteed it was I was going to finish P21. Carlos Sainz takes pole. Don't know how he's done that. Ahead of the Mercedes by a 10.5. Fair play, Carlos. And, honestly, that's pretty good, because realistically, I could have found 700ths and got ahead of Kevin Magnussen. I could have definitely found 700ths. I messed up the same corners by outbraking myself and lost multiple hundredths. And of course, we outqualified Teo on his debut by like 6-7 So overall, not too bad. Of course, given where the car is, that's just what we have to deal with. So we go into the race once again. PG Tips Frickham F1 team on the back row of the grid, and I'm just sat here thinking to myself, when will it change? When will this stop? I don't know, but let's go and race anyway. Well, this is going to be good fun. Alright, here we are on the grid. As you can see, it's pouring now, which is actually quite rare in Hungary. I believe since Hungary was introduced to the calendar, it's only rained there 3 times. Once in 2006, and then 2021. And I don't know the other one. Bit of nerdage for ya. The strategy is just stay out on inters for the entire duration of the race. Now, what I need to make sure is that this is my downfall in every single wet race, is that I don't look after my rear tyres. My rear tyres is all that matters, because as soon as my rears start getting overworked, the car is undrivable and I'm really slow. So I don't even care if I'm slowest on the track. I need my rears to live, right? That's the plan. Let's race. And here we go. Let's do it. Round number, don't even know. We're off. Very, very slow reaction. Let's just try not to spin. I feel like that's probably a good place to start. There we go. I've managed it. And I have actually stayed ahead of a car on a race start. Now, obviously, turn 1 is absolutely hectic at the Hungaroring. I've actually managed to get around the outside of one of the Saubers here. Maybe around the other one. No, I'm going to get pushed off because they're going 3 wide. Crazy stuff. Overtake on, though. There might be a move on Magnussen here. Never mind. There could be a little double Sauber overtakeage taking place. Go on. Stick it in. Get the grip. Oh, he's going to prompt it to me a little bit. And Zhou Guanyu is going to actually literally barge his way past. Okay, that's fascinating. Hang on, there's another move on here. Down the inside. You don't see an overtake here, like, ever. There's going to be such little grip. Still fighting it. No, oh, no, we're still going. I'll just give it up now. I feel like that got a bit too over the line. So, honestly, very good start. Managed to gain a place, which never happens. And, like I said, I don't even care if I'm the slowest. I just need to look after my rear tyres. And, that's all that matters to me. And there is lap 1 completed. As you can see, the rears are already at 4% tyre wear, which is, of course, way higher than they need to be to actually make it to the end. Now, I looked at the weather forecast. It does look like it's going to rain for the entire duration of this race, but I was sort of hoping for a bit of dry running because, you know, 25 laps on these inters is going to get a bit crazy. I don't know if I can make it that far. Right, my tyres are currently wearing at about 3% a lap, which, of course, the geniuses amongst you can work out that by the end of this race, my rears will be at about 75% wear. So, I think I'm going to have to commit to a pit stop, which you don't really do in a wet race. The inters can go the distance, and it's obviously allowed. You're allowed to go the distance. You don't have to stop under wet conditions. But as you can see, even though I'm, preserving my tyres, not only are my tyres still wearing really bad, I'm also really slow. So, like, I think I will just have to gas it as... Oh, who's that geezer? Alright, Logan Sargent spins off, and that gives us an extra place up. We absolutely take that. Yeah, I don't really know what to do at this stage. I don't know. I don't know. That is extremely useful to me. Thank you, whoever just spun off. That is brilliant. This allows me to now go onto a fresh set of intermediates, and hopefully now I can just sort of gas it, and I won't have to worry about tyre wear. We're only going to have about 18 laps left rather than, well, 20, so not much change. I don't even know what caused the red flag. I think someone must have spun round turn 1, caused a bit of a pile-up. So, fresh intermediates, full fat crim. We start on lap number 8, and I think from here, it's actually really interesting. If you look at the pace graph, you can see that my lap times actually get faster the more I use them. You can see it starts at a 1 minute 27, and then on lap, like, 12, I'm doing 26.5s, and then it goes back up to a 27.2, so that's quite interesting. Anyway, let's restart, and hopefully I don't have the wheel bug, because that will completely ruin everything. Here we go. Wheel bug? No. Nice one. ERS on. Race start number 2 is... Whoa, those lights went out very quickly. Let's just try and hold on to positions that I've gained, and I've done that brilliantly. In fact, I've done it more than brilliantly. I could definitely fight Lance Stroll into turn 1. Go on! Stick her in. Nice one. Round the outside. I'm doing the same thing as on race start number 1. Trying to get round the outside. Lots of swirling. Absolutely cooking, though. Round the outside again. We've got Danny Rick fighting hard. Can't let Stroll try and get back past me. I think he is going to do that, though. I need to remember I'm on fresh intermediates. I can give it some. Stroll! 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 You twat! Okay, anyway. Race restart went more than good. I've gained a place. And, yeah, like I said, I'm just going to foot to the floor, give it everything, and hope that the Inters can, like, live. I actually reckon, I've got a theory. I think the reason my rears wear so much in the wet is that because of the setup I use, I have really, really high tyre pressures on the rear. I reckon in the rain that actually has an effect and makes the rears wear more than the front. So if that is a reason, let me know in the comments, and also other things that I can change with the setup to make my car, well, my rears not wear as much in the wet. Because if I can get that figured out, I would be so fast in wet conditions. It'd be insane. Anyway, we complete lap number 1 of this red flag restart as Théo Pourchaire enters the pits. That's an interesting strategy call from the PG Tips Footcrim F1 team. Not sure what that's about. And now we're going back into the vibe zone and see what happens. Rear tyres are starting to become a little bit mudded now. As you can see, 20% wear in, what, 4 laps? It is crazy how bad these tyres are wearing down. I don't know how much longer I can stay on them before it's just absolutely cooked. At the moment, it is okay. As you can see, that's not what I wanted to see. Théo Pourchaire is out. What a debut for him, do you know what I mean? That's crazy. Qualifies last. Has to pit on the red flag restart, and then DNFs. That is literally the worst it could have possibly have gone. To be honest, it was a bit of a risk, but if we were on the other side of the track, I would have probably made a pit stop for another set of inters. Because I don't know how long these are going to last for. Definitely not another 12 laps. That is cooked. Good thing about this VSC, though, is that, as you can see, I've managed to get my battery all nice and recharged, so that's always nice. And I do reckon that Zhou Guanyu is very vulnerable. I just need a good run out the final corner, and he's all mine. If the safety car ended... Oh, well, it actually is ending now. Hang on, lock in. This could go crazy. Got him! Let's go! Do him in! Come on then, Zhou Guanyu! Let's have you, mate! Round the outside of turn 1. Braking late! Go on, get in there! Come on! Got the jump on him on the safety car restart. Boom! Up to P16. What a driver I am. Like I said, Inter's definitely not make it until the end. Let's just try our best and see what happens. Right, couple of laps later since I passed Zhou Guanyu, and I'm looking pretty fast. As you can see, 1.2 seconds back to Zhou Guanyu, 2.7 to the next car ahead of Ricciardo. And the tyres are remarkably still holding on. I don't know how they're managing it, but fair play to them. Pirelli, you've upped your game. Right, I am now starting lap number 19, and I am going to say the rears are sort of gone at this stage. It wasn't actually that bad, but now I'm starting to really slide out of corners, and I can't really get a proper exit. Luckily for me, though, Zhou Guanyu is really slow, so I have a 2.3 second lead over him. The cars ahead, Ricciardo and Albon, they're not catchable. Even when I was at my fastest, they were still gapping me by 2 or 3 tenths a lap, so that's out the window. I should be able to defend from Zhou Guanyu, even if he catches up, just because I can just go down the straight and hug the inside. But yeah, tyres they're sort of going now. Alright, 5 laps remaining in this race. 2.8 second lead now over Zhou Guanyu. I'm not entirely sure how I'm still extending my lead, given, well, you can see like how much work I have to do on the wheel just to get the car going in a straight line, and I'm still managing it. So I reckon at this stage there's only 5 laps left. It's very unlikely that Zhou Guanyu will even catch me, let alone pass me. So I think we are now officially locked in for a P16, unless at the dying moment something outrageous happens up ahead and it all kicks off. Honestly though, if it stays as it is, I am more than happy with the result, given, you know, just how bad the car is. It's actually felt really nice, to be honest, this race. It's just, obviously it's slow, but it feels nice. And when it feels nice, I can cook, and I'm currently cooking. To finish ahead of, well, both Saubers, one of the Williams, and both of the Hasses, in a very, very inferior car, I think it's a very, very good result. And it also just keeps up my consistency of finishing between, like, P18 and, like, P16 or P15. That seems to be my little sweet spot. 3 laps remaining, and I'll tell you what, I have been so locked in this race that I haven't even noticed how bad my leg is hurting right now. It is quite rare for me to pull 25 laps straight without even a pit stop to sort of relieve a bit of pressure. Like, I am locked right now, and my leg is on fire. Of course, it takes a little bit of extra concentration in the wet, not that much more. I mean, right now, it's like borderline intermediate. I feel like if it was like 5% less wet, it would be good enough for slicks. So, not that much more concentration, but even so, like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, I'm driving really well, I'm about to get a really good result, and I'm locked. That's all I've got to say. I'm actually surprised that it's been raining, like actually raining, pouring down, for the entire duration of this race, and yet it stayed at the same level of wetness. This corner right here is by far my favourite on the entire track, as I completely mess it up, as I was going to say that. I really like it through that corner because you sort of have to counter steer mid-corner to not go off, but you can still do it flat. Now at this point, my rears are like stupidly in the mud, like it is really bad. In fact, it's actually like puncture level territory. We have 1 lap left, and I'm just bringing it home. That's all I'm going to do. Overtake on, as you can see, 72% tyre wear. It's so bad, I've even got like the little column of tyre wear showing red. That's when you know your tyre wear is, you know, in a serious situation. I mean, 72 is just outrageous. But like I said, the performance today has been nothing short of fantastic. only actually overtook 2 cars, or 3 cars actually, and yet I'm in P16. Of course, Logan Sargent spun. I don't know what happened to Jack Doohan, because he just magically ended up behind me. That was quite interesting. Of course, it was a very awful start to his to Teo's career in the PG Tips Fruitcombe F1 team. You know, being just off the pace, which you already knew because Hulkenberg was. And then to sort of, I don't even know why he stopped under the red flag, but he did. Like, he stopped, red flag came in, then he stopped. Then, of course, he DNF'd. Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. I can now reimburse my statement of saying that Mercedes are quite good around here. And, yeah, even though Zhou Guanyu and Lance Stroll are now catching me, it's by nowhere near enough to influence the different results. So we come round the penultimate corner. Honestly, just try to not crash. I don't even care about, like, you know, setting a personal best lap, because it ain't happening on these tyres. Out the final corner, gas it over the line, and there you have it. Little P16, a very good result, I reckon. All, you know, under all the circumstances, that is an 8 out of 10 result. I am pleased with that. Very pleased. There is Lewis Hamilton. I don't... My bad. I didn't realise that there was 2 Lewis Hamiltons in F1. My bad. Alright, here's your final results. Lewis Hamilton wins ahead of... Ooh. Close fight for the win. 2 tenths is all that was split between the top 2. That's crazy. Also, that's even more crazy, I reckon. Checo Perez finishing ahead of Max Verstappen. Fernando Alonso goes from P5, started P2. So, not great by him. Hulkenberg on his Aston... I completely forgot to mention that, by the way, that Hulkenberg is, like, still in F1. He went to Aston Martin, of course. It was basically a direct trade. I got Teo, they got Nico, and on his debut, bagged points. That's quite heartbreaking. Anyway, moving down, of course, we got P16 in this race. The 24.8 is our fastest lap. Actually, like, quite slow. And, of course, Teo Pourchaire DNFs. Let's take a quick look at the race director to see if my lap times were at least sort of consistent. Yeah, they're not bad. You can, I mean, this was pretty good. This little flurry of 4 laps. Even this, like, 0.7, 0.7, 0.8, 0.8, 0.9. That's pretty good. You can also see where the intermediates start to drop off, because, like, here I'm doing low 25s, then high 25s, then mid 26s, then high 26s, and then low 27s. But yeah, honestly, really good race. Enjoyed it, good fun, and a good result. Standings look like this now. Max Verstappen leads the championship by only 3 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Teo Pourchaire is still 11th, because obviously he got those 12 points under Aston Martin, and we currently sit in P15 with 6 points. The constructors look like this. Red Bull lead by 2. That's really close. What a fight that is. We are, what, 7-8 rounds into this championship? There is 2 points between Red Bull and McLaren, and then there's only 8 points between Red Bull and Mercedes. Wow, that's close. And the boys at the PG Tips Fruitcombe F1 team currently sit P8 on 6 points. The fight to Visa Cash Out RB might be a little bit tough. I think it's doable, but let's just focus on finishing ahead of Haas, Williams, and Sauber. So that's all from me today for another banging episode of My Team Career Mode. I'll be having a day off tomorrow. Thursdays is always my day off, but then I'll be back on Friday for some more Senna driver career. Saturday we have Haas to Glory, and then Sunday some more My Team Career Mode. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. Adios amigos. Goodbye. See.